Well, it's a lovely morning again, so let's not open the window on wildlife. We'll open that in a minute. Let's open the window on wildlife. And as usual, the magpies are the first ones down. And 633 Squadron are just turning up as well. Oh, they're not all here too. Here they're all coming. There's some late comers. The wee thing I noticed over here, there's 3 branches on the same tree, and it forms a little depression in the middle which gathers water. And birds and the squirrels drink from it. There's there's tons of water around here. I mean, look at that. But it's seawater, unfortunately, for this lot. Might do a wee seabird one sometime when I'm down here. I'm not too good on them, so I'll have to bring my book with me so I can describe what's what. I'd considered bringing down a sort of a bird bath thing and putting it down there for them, but they've got water, so they're alright. It's mostly magpies around it. Oh, squirrely fellas as well. So mostly what I've seen this morning, magpies and the hooded crow. Oh, there's must know I'm talking about him. Anyway, we'll talk a wee bit about that particular type of bird. They're called Corvids, that family. Magpies, hooded crows, ravens, rooks, jay, if you're lucky enough, very colourful bird, but part of that family also. Highly intelligent birds, great problem solvers. If there's a food item that they want, they'll figure out a way to get it. Now, if you're a garden bird feeder and you'll often find your feeder lying on the ground, I guarantee it will have been a corvid that has done it. Now, there's a guy that I watch on YouTube called Nick Crawford, and I don't know if he rescues ravens. Anyway, he's got a raven called Ragnar, and it talks, and it's a huge big bird, and as you would expect a huge big bird to do, it talks in a very deep bass voice, and it says tickle tickle like that, and he encourages Ragnar to be Ragnar. He repeats things that he hears, a bit like them fellas there, the starling. I have one in the garden called Dave, who would sit on the rooftop or on top of the fence and make these weird and wonderful noises. Isn't that lovely? And I'm wondering, what the hell are you doing, son? With all the weird and wonderful noises. What he was doing was he was imitating my water feature, which makes a really nice water feature-y sound. It's great when you get lost for words. And that's what he was doing. Anyway, Ragnar the Raven, I think that's what he does too. I'm sure Nick has been tickling the bird at some stage, and he's been saying to it, tickle, tickle. And he's picked up on it, and he imitates it. I have a fat ball feeder in my garden, and every day it ended up lying on the ground, busted apart. So I made a point of sitting and watching what was going on, and it was a corvid. It was a hooded crow had figured how to lift it off the hook and drop it onto the ground, because he's too big of a bird to feed from it. So I had to figure a way out to stop him doing that, because he's breaking the stuff, man. Of course you're gonna do that. But it also made me change my bird feeding habits. No! That was lucky. Two things at the same time. Beautiful dog. There's only one. Wonder where the other 100 are. Squirrel seen the dog, bolted out in front of a van, but thankfully the van driver seen it and he's slowed down and let it cross. Dear, dear, don't need that after eating a soda in the morning. Anyway, corvids, very, very intelligent. I'm going to tell you a wee corvid story of my own. After lockdown, I think it would have been maybe spring of 2021. Ooh, talk of the devil. I was down here one morning and I had the back end of a loaf of bread with me. Now, really you shouldn't throw bread out for birds because it has no calorific value for them. But I soaked the bread in fat after cooking a beef joint at the weekend. I soaked the bread in fat and came down and threw it out for the birds. And the first bunch of birds that came down was a collection of those hooded crows, and it was followed by magpies, ravens, and there was a whole cluster of them. There was actually 19 of them I counted. So I took a photograph and posted it on Facebook and entitled it Corvid-19. Ha ha ha! Not that funny really. Focus. I've been watching this fella for a minute and he's way down there. So today's feed is more heavily laden with peanuts, because I got some cheap yesterday, and suet pellets, because I got some cheap yesterday. Big box of B&M bargains. There you go, wee bit of free advertising for you. hit me up, B&M Bargains, and I'll do a wee advert for you. Anyway, big bird like that, tiny wee suet pellets, and he's picking through all of that just for the suet pellets. Here he comes. He's just perched up in the tree. There he's up there. He went up there because a guy came past with a dug. But he'll come down. And if you watch him here, he's just going to pick through what he wants. He really likes those suet pellets. And I might go to the boot of the car and put a big, oh, look at this. He's going to do the same, guarantee it. Yes, Karl, I hear you. What do you know, another one. Funny how that happens. Three of them. The collective noun for a group of crows is a murder. So I suppose this is an attempted murder. But fascinating big bird, picking through all of that for what he likes. There are ones that'll just go through and pick out the peanuts. Peanuts! But lovely big bird. And as I said, highly intelligent. Just looking at these, this looks like this year's young one, because he's slightly smaller. Might be a she, who knows, but has got a wee fat face full of peanuts by the looks of things. And away you go. Well, I did it. I put a pile of suet pellets up there. So let's see. One of them's down, but he's rooting about at the bottom of the tree. Let's see if any of them come back. Yes, Karl, I can hear you. It could be informing the other ones. Big pile of suet pellets, top of the bin. Karl, over and out. So the hooded crow is peculiar to Scotland and Northern Ireland. I don't believe they're in England. Maybe wrong on that. If I'm wrong, hit me up in the comments. Of course, the suet pellets will attract other birds. It's not just these big boys. There he's under. I wonder will he come to the bin. Karl. Yep, there we go. Wow, there's wars going on here. And yes, absolutely, picking his way through them. Hello there, dog. You know, big doggy. And they pick them up individually rather than opening their beak and scooping up a huge mouthful. It's for such a big bird to be so delicate in what they're doing. It's now making a liar out of me and going in at it like a bulldozer. They'll not be long or rattling that down to the ground, tell you. And he's going over there in the distance to cache them. Oh, what a lovely shot. Well done, big fella. That was some aerial display, and I got it on camera. How lucky am I? This is going to be heavily hooded crow stuff this morning, but that's alright. It's all wonderful to see. And we'll bury that one here. Karl. Of course, you gotta get a coffee. You need to get your wheels spinning in the morning. The filled soda, by the way, just didn't half hit the spot. Very tasty. Very Northern Ireland. You English people don't know what you're missing out on. There's the big geezer down already. I wish I could learn how to focus this thing. Or it would autofocus, or if I was any good of a cameraman. By the way, that's me in the door mirror there. Don't know if you can see me. Hello. Okay, I'm going to close this morning's window on wildlife. And remember, if you're out at your local park and you get a drink, recycle. It's really good. They're making these food containers out of cardboard. Not sure what the right term is. Pre-formed cardboard. It's really good in a composter. Hope you enjoyed it today. I certainly did. And it gave me a chance to talk about corvids. And also do some really poor attempts at humour. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day. It's going to be a lovely day today. Ta-ta now. Cheerio now.